So our teenage years is a time where we're all trying to figure out who we are, trying to figure out where we belong and what our purpose in this world is. It's a time when we all are striving to be the best we can and try to blend in with the others so we aren't the odd ones out. We look up to those around us and wonder why we can't be like them. Most importantly, we feel insecure about ourselves. We pick something that we dislike about ourselves and turn that into something much more than it needs to be. Many more issues come into hand when we're at this stage of our lives, one of which is bullying. Now, what is bullying? Well, according to the dictionary, bullying means use of superior strength or influence to intimidate, typically to force him or her to do what one wants. If you ask me, I would tell you that a bully is someone who is hurt inside but feels the need to bring others into it as well. Verbal abuse is one of the biggest factors while talking about bullying. We all have our own unique taste in everything, such as music or the type of music, the type of fashion we like, or politics. And for some really odd reason, many people get bullied for that. Just because someone might not like the #1 song that's out right now doesn't mean that they deserve to get punished or bullied or said how you have terrible taste in music. We might think that it's funny to tease other people around, but we don't even know how our words are affecting them greatly. We might think that it's funny while they're going home crying, saying things about how they got bullied for being who they are, which brings down one's self-esteem and self-confidence tremendously. Technology and social media have been one of the biggest part of our lives for the past few years. Although it has made our lives much more convenient, it has also increased the amount of bullying. I've gotten into a situation with cyberbullying where police had to get involved. That to me was a really big mind-opening experience. I don't know if you know about Kip. Back when I was in the 6th grade, it was one of the biggest messenger apps. And I remember one day where one of my classmates decided to start a fake account and called one of my closest friends different names that nobody should ever hear about themselves. And so once I heard about what was going on, I decided to add this fake user on this Kik, and I started saying how she shouldn't be telling and talking to my friend and using all these words against her. So after all of that, it all went downhill. I started, without even me realizing it, I had become the bully, and I had started to yell at this fake user names that she was saying towards my friends, in which I was telling her to stop to. And now, a few days later, I was called into the principal's office where 2 police officers were waiting for me, and the rest is history. So, social media can do real bad damage. Even though it's really fun to see what other people are up to, it's still really bad. You may feel like you're just teasing someone, but in reality, you could actually be making that person feel miserable about themselves. You can see in the charts that as the years progress and technology and social media advances, then the more bullying starts to happen. And this is something we need to really take into because social media could be bad. So school is usually the biggest community where we hear about bullying, and it's also the biggest community where the bullying happens. Whenever the school brings in people to talk about bullying, I feel as though no one's actually listening to what is being said. Sure, I can agree to the fact that listening to a person talk about something that might not affect us or that we're not doing is boring, when we could be looking at the latest headline how Steph Curry broke a world record for how many shots he got during a game. But we need to realize that this is an issue where many people are taking their lives for. Just because someone was using words to their advantage and kept on telling someone how they're stupid and how they shouldn't be here. It's an issue that not only makes the victim go crazy, but also their family. Another reason why I think this continues to be an issue is because only 1 out of 10 parents of bullied teens know what's going on with their child, and a lot of the victims don't tell anybody what's happening in their life. Many people don't tell any other person what they're experiencing because they might feel down and depressed, they might feel defeated because of how the other people are talking about them and how they're being treated. But at the end, we need to realize that it's much more healthier to tell someone, whether it's a teacher or a friend or a parent. Now, through this 5-minute presentation, I can't tell you to don't be a bully, because even though I've heard that a lot of times, I still continue and went on, and I was a bully myself. But I can tell you that before you think, you need to think before you're gonna think about what you're gonna say before you actually say it, because it might be offensive. And don't judge anyone for who they are, because they could also have things that they want to judge about you. And lastly, be nice. I know you've heard those words many times, but it really is something that we need to do. We can still tease our friends about little things, but overall, one word we might say could make a big difference. lastly, don't be a bully, but be a friend. Thank you.